What is going on, shrimp keepers? This is Rob with flipaquatics.com, and today we are going to do a full Flip Aquatics tour. We're going to walk through both of our buildings. We're going to walk through the 125 gallon room behind me, show you guys what we got going on. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you guys were safe last night. Hopefully you're enjoying your New Year's Day off. Hopefully you have it off. That's the big thing. But you guys sit back, enjoy this video. We're going to show you everything that is going on here at Flip Aquatics and start the new year off right. So let's get right into it. Alright, so if you guys haven't seen this room before, you haven't seen it in a while, this is the steps. We got a big old conveyor belt. We got all of our RO water mixing kind of area over here. There's our RO unit. These are kind of just like miscellaneous tools and stuff to get them up off the floor in case the worst thing happens, which would be a flood down here. And then we got 24? Yeah, 24 125 gallon tanks. And then we have all this room left. So I'll show you guys around. We insulated this real well so it stays nice and warm down here. But we'll start on B-Rack first, which is all of the Caridina Shrimp. And what we're doing over here is mainly we're holding extra stock, but we're also trying to breed a little bit too. I didn't go through and take out any dead ones, so you can see there's one right there. And there shouldn't be too many because these tanks have been doing really, really good. But this is just kind of I don't know, the raw tour for you guys. You can see there's a decent amount of babies back in the corner. This isn't one of the best breeding tanks, but it is a good breeding tank. And I just saw this. If you guys have never seen Barb'S before, that's what it looks like. And I actually got to get that one out of there. So I'll come back at the end of the video and take that out. But Barb'S, we actually have a cure for it now, which is really exciting. So I'll take this guy over to the new building, put him in the treatment tank and get rid of that. And hopefully that cure will be coming out soon so that you guys can get that. But you can see all the little babies around. And really cool stuff. So we usually keep these guys over here. You can see there's two, maybe three dead ones right there. So not too bad. These tanks have about 1,000 in them. And let's see if we can see any babies in this one. Wait till you see the Bloody Mary tank. They're they're literally babies everywhere. And so these two are blues. What we're going to do is we're going to do 4 tanks of blues. So we have these ones. And then we're going to do those 2 down the end. This one is carbon release, which these guys are mainly blue carbon release. So I guess they would be, yeah, just blue carbon release. I want to see if there's any babies in here. Which these guys are fairly new, so I wouldn't think there would be a ton. But you can just see, like, look at them all in the filter. There's just absolute tons of them. And then down here, we got the same thing. A lot more. Not a ton of babies in here either. There's a dead one right there. So it looks like 1, 2, maybe 3 deaths. So if you start thinking about that over the course of 1,000 shrimp, it's not too bad. Usually anything under 5 isn't alarming. But anything that's getting, if we see 5 consistently, we'll add some turbo start or, do big water change, things like that. And then these are the black rows, and you could see all the different colored babies. So these guys are bred from chocolate line, which means that you're going to get a lot of mixed colors out of them. Yeah, there's tons of them. Literally babies everywhere. So this is a tank that's pretty prolific. You can see over here. So to get a nice black rose, you'd really have to selectively breed them. But there's so many babies, they're hard to even bring up on camera. And then I think down here no, this one's Bloody Mary. So this is where you start seeing a ton of babies. If I threw food in here, I should have thought about it beforehand. But just look in this one spot. They're everywhere. I would say in this tank, maybe 4,000 babies or something crazy. Yeah, it's insane. So this is one of our older tanks. And actually, it is an older tank, but we added new shrimp to it. So luckily the babies are doing good. And then look at this. More black rose. These ones actually look really good. Isn't that crazy? It's nuts just seeing that many shrimp. Wait till we get to the oranges. We're almost there. The oranges, I'll just give you a sneak peek. They're insane. And then we got more Bloody Marys down here. And these ones didn't do good when we first imported them in, but they've definitely stabilized now. Like just looking at the tank, I see one dead one right there, maybe one down there. So two out of 800 is not bad at all. I think when we first got these in, we had like 40 dead the first day, maybe like 20 dead the second day, things like that. Look at these guys. Wait till you get to the filter. I mean, it is unbelievable. Like, look at that color. I absolutely love it. That's what 1,000 oranges looks like. I mean, these things make me so happy. I don't know why. And then you just look down in here, and again, just orange everywhere. Crazy. So that's the new Caridina side. These are empty right now, just because we didn't need them in this last import. But we'll walk over to the other side and show you the Caridinas. All right, so over here, this thing is golden bees, which is actually for a customer, so we're not going to keep these. There's only 200 in there, and I mean they do really good. The only thing is you get every once in a while you'll get like one that isn't a golden bee, like that one right there has some black on its head, so on and so forth. So they're not always 100% golden bees, but there are definitely some nice ones in there. We got a tank of blue bolts. I think we start with like 600 in here. We're hoping to get these guys breeding, and then we can, you know, selectively breed them. But you know, if we end up selling them all, it is what it is. But hopefully, we've had these over here for, well, let's see. Quarantine ended 11/20, so we've had them over here for what, a little over 2 months, and so hopefully they'll start breeding. Same thing with these guys. Whole tank of Tangerine Tigers. Like, I don't know why. I absolutely love orange. I think they're so pretty. So hopefully we'll get all these guys breeding over here. Sorry for all the glares on the tanks. I should have turned off the lights, but I didn't think about it. Now that we're already rolling, we'll just go with it. But more Tangerine Tigers down here. And then over here, this is where it starts getting fun. These are high-grade crystal reds, which it would be nice to get these guys breeding. For the simple fact that, oh no, crystal blacks, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said crystal reds. But it would be nice to have a source of these around here locally, because we don't sell a ton of them. So if we can breed them, then we wouldn't have to import them anymore. And then we can actually get really good quality going. Like, these are just nice. These are actually the pure black line, so PBL. And there's some really nice ones in here. And these ones, how you grade them is you look at their color, their pattern, and their legs. So if their legs are solid white or solid black, you know, increase the prices, so on and so forth. But just a beautiful shrimp. And then we get over to the pure red line, which, if you guys don't know, pure line versus crystal reds, the only difference is one will not breed goldens and the other one will breed goldens. So hopefully these guys will start breeding soon. I'd love to start seeing babies out of these. We got a tank of, I actually forgot we had these over here. That shows you how long it's been since I've looked at these tanks. These are red fancy tigers. We actually have to go through and call these and get the nicest ones, but you can see there's some nice ones in there. But there's some not so nice ones like that one. So we gotta go through there and call them. But again, this is just, you know, kind of overstock / breeding. And then I love this Brightwell, the brown, which I think is called the Cafe. There's a dead one right there, which isn't good. But I think this really makes the shrimp pop, especially with the black background. It really makes the shrimp stand out on it. And then same thing down here, more high-grade crystal reds. And so hopefully we'll really get these guys breeding soon. And then these are the Taiwan bees. We got blacks up top. And then we have reds on the bottom. But again, if we can get these guys breeding, it's gonna be stinking exciting. And so that's what we're going for. Look at this funky dude. Now that's not a regular Taiwan bee. That's some type of pinto or Thai bee or something. Cool nonetheless though. And then down here we just got a bunch of reds. Which reds don't look as good on this brown substrate. But, you know, it is what it is. If it'll focus. So that's what we got. 12 tanks of shrimp. We still got the furnace running. and then many more tanks to come. So once we get this whole thing up and running, it is gonna be insane to see the amount of shrimp that we're able to stock or able to breed down here. So nonetheless, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, I did want to show this just to have record of what it looks like. It's pretty bad, but we got tons of styros. We're actually having some leaking coming from the ceiling, and then just mess, tons and tons of messes. And then nothing's really changed in the offices. But out here, I'm still debating on what I want to do. I really don't know. I really want to do the gallery, but at the same time, I think it'd be awesome to have a pet store in here, or a shrimp store. So tons of things to consider. But boxes everywhere, tons of Malaysian driftwood that's too big for us to ship. So we either have to cut it down or take it to an auction or something. All kinds of stuff going on. It's busy, but this is really just turned into trade show storage, and just kind of like whatever else. Like Mark brought that in, and that needs to get out of here, but it's good for now. So tons of stuff going on. Let's head over to the other building and I'll show you what's going on. There is no better way to start the tour in the new building than showing off the 480 gallon tank. Like, I mean, everything is just awesome. I love the wrap that we did. I love the shrimp picture up above it. I love the layout. It's just awesome. And there's so many shrimp in here. I mean, they're just everywhere. Like, I mean, they're everywhere. All over the driftwood, all over the plants. They're in the back. I still have the shrimp lolly sticks in there from the last time I did a video. That's been a little while. But I mean, they're just everywhere. Like, look at them. The plants are getting better, or growing in more. There's really nice blue shrimp. Like, look at this guy. Oops. Like, how phenomenal is his color? Oh, so there's just some nice ones in here. I still have a ton of moss in the back that I gotta get out. But I mean, how freaking beautiful is this? By far my favorite tank. And the cool thing about it now is how my office is laid out. I sit here and I look at it all day. You gotta have the necessities, the Xbox, TV in case someone want to watch a little Netflix or something, or Disney Plus, watch the Mandalorian. Got the reef tank there. I gotta switch the reef tank to this one so it's a little bit lower. And then the mice, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. And then these guys I'm setting up for, one's gonna be Caridina breeding for profit, and one's gonna be Neo Caridina breeding for profit. We're gonna test out some new products, things like that. Huge shout out for Flipper. They sent me a bunch of stuff for free, and so this is all the stuff they sent me. I haven't tested it out yet. I need to. I want to try the deep sea finder on this tank. But yeah, how stinking beautiful is this? So next up we got the pond room. I mean, there's really nothing exciting about the pond room. It's just a bunch of ponds. I mean, there's a ton of shrimp out here, but you can't see them. I mean, like, let me see this one. This is how we turn it off. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and boom. Tons of oranges. Look at them all. So I'll walk you through and show you what we have in here. This whole side is all Amano shrimp. So we got 8 ponds of Amanos. We actually have 2 in the middle that aren't Amanos, but they're switching to Amanos. We have a fancy blue tank, We have another fancy blue tank, Bloody Mary, Carbon Really, Black Rose, and then this one is Orange Pumpkin. So what happens, as soon as we run out of one of these ponds, we go over to the other building that we just looked at, and we'll bring a whole tank over here and fill these back up. And then over here, this is insane. This is all cherry shrimp, this row. This row is all cherries. This row is all cherries. All the way down to the end, number 22. So we have 22 ponds of cherries, which is just absolutely insane. We have 3 ponds, or 3 40-gallon breeders. That thing almost looks like it's leaking. That's lower than I've ever seen it. But no leaks. Malaysian trumpet snails, Malaysian trumpet snails, Malaysian trumpet snails. We're just breeding them. And then we got chocolate rabbit snails. You can see some babies there. I think yellows and oranges. So all different types of rabbit snails. And hopefully we'll get those breeding. We got the baby survival tank. Let me turn on this light. There we go. These guys are just assorted Neo Caridina. Last time we did a video on this, there were no shrimp in it, but since we've added a ton of shrimp, I mean, there's probably, I don't know, a couple couple hundred in here, all different colors. So we'll eventually sell these on the website as assorted cherries, or as assorted Neocaridinas. And then, oh, looks like one of the plants came up. That's okay. So really cool stuff. This tank's doing good. And then yeah, so we got this little system. This is how we keep track of how the shrimp are doing. Anytime we lose one, we put it in the system. And then these are just our water change totes. So we remineralize RO water there, remineralize RO water there, and then we got our little photo booth. So I was just talking about the flipper product. We got a bunch of it in to sell for us, and so I was taking pictures of it in here. And I think we got these two lists on the website, which are like the actual flippers. But I don't have this list on the website or the replacement blades. But I'll get it. It's all coming with the new year. And so let's go in here and check out the fish room. So I'd say the biggest thing new with the fish room is we got this whole countertop set up. We got a tank on it. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. We finally have a sink in here. And then like all of our, I don't know, treatment stuff like medicines and rubber bands and bags and stuff like that. This whole row is all plants. We have 24... what is it? 2, 4, 6, yeah, 24 40-gallon breeders of plants. We keep fishing most all of them, and that's to help eat any like scuds that might come in or other things that you don't want in your aquarium. And then they're also like the shop pets. So we have like a sorority tank of betas over here. Let's see if I can find them. So we just have fun with it. It's all about keeping the hobby good and keeping it interesting. This is retirement village for cherry Barb'S. These are, a lot of them had messed up fins, and so we put them in here, and then we ended up just moving them all over here. And so yeah, we got tons of stuff. I mean, there's just so many plants. These guys are really cool. These came from Amanda's brother's tank, and I mean, there's just so many babies, like ridiculous amounts. The dwarf lilies are awesome. One of my favorite plants. Super easy to keep, and you can see with every bulb. Like here's one bulb, and there's 1 plant, 2, 3, honestly probably about 5 plants on each bulb. Like down here you got a little one that's just starting to regrow, and it'll probably come out with like 4 or 5 plants. And so it's just crazy. But yeah, so that's our plant section. And then let me show you this real quick. This is our Pleco tank. So we moved all of our Plecos here, and they're actually breeding. I don't see any of the babies out right now. But they definitely been having babies. So we get the filter on there, do a bunch of water change on it, keep it nice and hot for them. And then that freed up a lot of tanks down here. So we got a whole section for snails. Really nothing exciting down here. And then this is all of our fish. We got some red fin tetras, I think they are, blood fin tetras, some snails. This is actually pretty cool. We put like 5 carbon lilies in a tank down here. And then since then, like I think that one's, that might not be buried. But since then, they've just been breeding like crazy. So they're probably, I don't know, 50 babies in here or something like that. Which is just kind of cool because this is pretty soft water. So it's nice to show that they're breeding and can do well in soft water. Some Ember Tetras down here, really nice ones. And then on the other side are actually one of my favorite fish, if not my favorite fish, the pea puffers. They are so personable. Like, they're all coming up to the glass right now, seeing what you're doing. Like, hey, are you gonna feed us? Same thing with these guys, and then we got 2 tanks down below them. Just a stunning fish, an awesome fish. And then over here we got our betas, the ones that we haven't sold yet. They're gonna be on the website soon. We're just coming up with a good system for it. We got some USA bred ones in, some kois, some females, some males, tons of different stuff. And the water's brown. We've been actually aging all of our water in tannin. So we put a heater down in here, keep it nice and warm, and then we put a bunch of Indian almond leaves, some guava leaves, things like that. And that way it fights off any bacteria that these guys would have. And we're just kind of testing different things to see what works for us best. And I think we found it. So really cool stuff. This rack is getting torn down soon, and I think we're going to put a high-tech planted tank in there and just grow some plants for us and have fun with it. But that's to come. And then next up is the Caridina room. We'll go check that out now. So there isn't too much to change in the Caridina room. This whole side is all blue bolts, and then over here we have, these tanks are all reds. These tanks are all blacks, and by blacks I mean red Taiwan bees, black Taiwan bees. And then these ones this is like kind of a mixed tank, a little bit of everything. And then we got extreme reds right here and extreme blacks down there. And then the next row we got this little cute tank too. This is the all-in-one complete tank. Amanda's got some orange-eyed red tigers in there, which granted this tank is pretty small for those, but she keeps up on water changes and everything like that. So they've been doing well so far. And she's got a branch from one of our bonsai trees in there. So there's the other one back there. So that's her little tank. We had them on the website. We need to do a video on how to set them up. We were getting a lot of people not knowing how to do it, so we took them off for now, but we will get it back up there soon. This whole row is all crystal red, so I think it's 15 tanks of crystal reds. And then we got 4 tanks of Tangerine Tigers. Oh no, 6 tanks of Tangerine Tigers. 8 tanks of Jeez, there's way more than I thought. So we got 8 tanks of Tangerine Tigers. We got 4 tanks of red fancy tigers, which these guys are actually phenomenal. Like, look at all those gray patterns. And so we got all these full. We just got our import in, so everything in here is pretty much full. Black fancy tigers. I don't know if we ordered any more of these because they've been shipping pretty bad. But I don't know, this one we ordered. So these are all new. And they're pretty nice. No complaints. And then these ones are all old down here. And then we got crystal blacks. Man, this tank is super low. I gotta find out if this thing's leaking or if it's just that low. That's crazy. I gotta fill that up right away. These guys, so on and so forth. That's actually nuts. I don't know how it got that low. Might have backfed. Okay, I'll figure all that out when we're done with the video. That's why it's good to do these walkarounds. Show you guys what we got going on. And then over here, we just got a whole bunch of miscellaneous pintos on this side. And then we got like our high-end stuff on this side. So this one we're breeding high-grade galaxies, or black pinto galaxies, or whatever you want to call them. And you can see there's just tons and tons of babies in there. They actually breed some really nice blue ones too. So really, really pretty. And then just all kinds of stuff. Like this one's empty. A lot of empties. These are the Dragon Bloods. Really excited to get these guys breeding. And I think they're getting pretty close, but we'll see. They're always, they're nice. So I had to bust out my trusty old camcorder because apparently my phone got really hot. And then now it won't hold a charge, so it's just sitting at 0% battery. So I don't know what happened, but I'll go to Best Buy after this and show you. We were talking about this rack. This is kind of like our high-end shrimp rack. But, I mean, we got a little bit of everything. Like, these guys are just awesome, the Dragon Blood. I think that's what I was talking about when the phone died. These guys, we got like some, I don't know, different types of reds, some nasties in there. Looks like some fancy tigers, some different pintos. And really, there's not much going on in here. These are our experimental cherry tanks. This is where we treat the bacteria, or the Alobiopsidae. And so we got one dead one right there. We got another one right there. And so I'll have to get those out. Looks like another one right there. So the treatment, we usually lose about, I don't know, 30% when we're doing the treatment. So it's not foolproof, but it does kill the bacteria, which is good. And then over here, we just got a bunch of random stuff. These ones are the Shadow Mazuras. Really pretty shrimp. And then Red Galaxies. These are our USA bred ones. So these are all ones that we bred ourselves. We don't have them listed on the website yet, but we will eventually. There's a nice white one back there. But then these are the imported ones, a little bit of different stuff. These are the ones we just imported. Got some Subwasserting in there, Black Shadow Pintos, just all kinds of stuff. So like more Black Galaxies, up here. Red Pintos, we got Black Pintos. This one you get a little bit of everything. So you could get some Galaxies when you order these. And then these ones are a USA bred Yellow King Kong colony. I mean, you could just see there's just babies everywhere. I think Amanda did a count on these just to find out how many we had, and she had about 80 when she stopped counting. And then this one actually has a lot going on in it, so it's a good thing I checked. It looks like a bunch of them molted, and it looks like one failed to molt, and then another one failed to molt. So I'll have to get in there and take all those molts out. These guys don't eat their molts like regular shrimp, so you actually have to get in there and remove them. And then down here, it looks like these guys all molted too. So I don't know, maybe there was a temperature swing last night that just caused them all to molt, or maybe it's just that time. But none of them look like they died down here. And so, bamboo shrimp, gotta love them. And so I'll go through, I need to go back through, and I'm gonna take those bamboos out of there real quick, and then I'll show you the rest of the warehouse. So the last little room is our, I don't know, I guess this is hallway. We got our RO water out here. We just get a bunch of our styrofoam boxes now. This was all nicely, neatly organized. Unfortunately, Ken from Radical Reefs did a little overflow. He was filling up his trash can right there with some water from the RO unit, and he forgot that it was running, and so it just went all over. We had it like go under this wall all the way into our shipping room, which is just a nightmare. All the bottoms of these boxes got soaked. I got this arcade unit right here that I haven't put together. The bottom of it was just completely drenched. This thing was completely drenched, so my fault for having stuff on the floor, but Ken's fault for overflowing it. And so yeah, this is pretty clean though. I mean, the guys went through, Tyler and Jeff, they organized it. We got all of our shipping boxes nicely organized. We got all this stuff nicely organized. And then this is Ken's room right here. We're back at the front door right now. Just some miscellaneous Shrimp King stuff. Fluval shrimp stratum over here. We got some ADA right there. This is Ken's room. He does all the salt water. And so this is his main display tank, which it's a little cloudy right now. He's actually treating it. I want to make sure the jawfish is still alive. I don't see him. Then he's got a predatorial tank over there, a grow out tank here, and then a big frag tank here. So he's got a lot of stuff going on. And then going into our shipping lobby, we got a little bit of everything in here. A lot of stuff is sold out just because it's the end of the year. So it's the beginning of the year now, but it was the end of the year, and we didn't want to reorder inventory until after the first of the year, so we have plenty of time to sell it. We got all of our Bactria E and Garnellenhaus stuff over here, some Fritz stuff and miscellaneous stuff up there. All the Fritz stuff here. We usually keep all of our tiny foam for the filters down here. In the back, that's where we drill our matin filters. So you can see we got a bunch of cords over there, some matin filter templates. We got our botanicals, flipper products, MK breed products, Brightwell, all the different Brightwell. We usually have tons of soil down here, but we're pretty much sold out. We got a whole bunch of Shrimp King stuff in. There's 2 boxes. We got 2 more boxes there, 2 more boxes there, and then a little box right there. And then every lobby's complete once you have a nice coffee pot. Shout out to Coffee with Flip. And then I'm doing a little organizing right now, and so tons of Shrimp King stuff back there. All of our Northfin stuff. We ship for Northfin USA, so this is all their inventory. Plus we got a little bit of the inventory back there, and then we're back at the lobby. So that's the complete tour of Flip Aquatics. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you can see how much we've grown in the last year, and hopefully we'll see a ton of growth this year. So we're really excited to see where Flip Aquatics goes this year. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. So much love from me and the Flip Aquatics team. We appreciate you guys watching. You guys make it a great new year. Best wishes to you guys, and as always, God bless.